Hi, everybody, and welcome to another segment of AstrologyAnswers.com's weekly forecast. My name is Terrence Scardino. The week begins on Monday, March the 8th, and this is the last week before the next new moon, which is the following Saturday, March the 13th. And as I mention every month, the last week before the next new moon, it's a period of winding down, wrapping up, bringing closure from the last new moon, or it's a time of just a holding pattern. It's like you've done all the heavy work, you accomplished everything you were set out to do, and now sometimes you're just kind of sitting there waiting for something new. So the point is that overall, you don't want to make major life important decisions the week before the new moon because the energy is winding down. After the new moon, the energy is winding up. So let's start with Monday, March the 8th. The moon is in practical, conventional Capricorn, a good sign to start the work week. And the moon in Capricorn will be in harmony with compassionate, intuitive Neptune in the morning from about 6 to 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Later in the day, the moon will cross over Pluto, as it does once a month, from around 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific time. And the moon is this emotional reaction. It describes the public tone. And when it crosses Pluto, secrets can be revealed. Emotions can get really intense. Could be a time of emotional and power struggles. Pluto is the planet of endings and new beginnings. Could be a time of really struggling with letting go. Now, not just a relationship, but maybe a bad habit of, eating too much sugar and then realizing you gotta let it go. Tuesday on the 9th, now the moon has moved into Aquarius. That moon in Capricorn is more traditional, work-oriented, goes by the rules, plays by the book. The public tone with the moon in Aquarius is innovative, it's quirky, it's always looking to the future. Now, the moon will be in a hard angle to rebellious, unpredictable Uranus from about 2 to 4 p.m. Pacific time. So that could be some emotional excitement or some emotional upset. Then the moon moves on and crosses Saturn, as it does once a month, from about 5 to 7 p.m. So that could be the moon, the emotional separations, that's the Saturn. Or you just might be feeling you really want to spend more private, alone time. It can be a period of quiet contemplation. On Wednesday, the moon continues in innovative, quirky Aquarius. And from about 10 a.m. to 12 noon, it's crossing over expansive Jupiter. Good day for studying, starting classes, because Jupiter is that planet of higher education and media and marketing. Great day to make travel plans or for traveling. And on that day, Wednesday, the sun in Pisces is going to be shining its light on Neptune. Neptune is that planet of inspiration, altruism, charity. This could be a highly inspired, creative day, a day of charity. It could also be that you could really tap into your intuition, your spiritual practices as that sun lights up the Neptune. On Thursday, now the moon, around 6:45 a.m. Pacific time, shifts into Pisces, where the day before, Wednesday, the sun was shining on Neptune in Pisces. Now, a lot of that energy is continuing because of the moon now in Pisces. With the moon in Aquarius, our emotions are we're more analyzing in our heads, more not in our hearts as much. But that moon in Pisces can be very compassionate and sensitive and caring. But around 3 to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the moon will be in a challenging aspect with restless, impatient Mars. You might be feeling anxious and jittery, or if you're dealing with other people, there might be some irritability, some disagreements. And because the moon's in Pisces, you could take things too personally and more prone to get your feelings hurt. On Friday, the moon continues in Pisces, and it's going to be crossing over loving, forgiving, social Venus from about 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific time. This can be very favorable for making, for forgiveness, for a heartfelt connection. And then the moon crosses over Neptune. On Wednesday, the sun was crossing Neptune. Now on Friday, from about late morning Pacific time, the moon, the emotional moon, is crossing over Neptune. Somewhat similar to the sun over Neptune, triggering this emotional response of being more altruistic, more sensitive, more caring, more charitable. Can be a time of great inspiration. Then on Saturday, the 13th, is the new moon in Pisces. The new moon happens every 28 days. It commences a new lunar or monthly cycle that will hold for these next several weeks. Wherever Pisces falls in your chart or the relationship of Pisces to your sun sign, that is where your focus is going to be more drawn to. But this new moon in Pisces can, overall, the Pisces energy of creativity, sensitivity, compassion. But there's a lot of romanticism because on the 13th, on Saturday, the love planet Venus is transiting Pisces, and it's going to be crossing over Neptune in Pisces. So that new moon, you would do a chart for the new moon of wherever you're located in the world to see how this energy will play out over those next 4 weeks. But over those next 4 weeks, it's also including the influence of loving Venus aligned with Neptune. Venus-Neptune can be incredibly romantic, but also inspired and highly creative. Venus-Neptune could be the love of art and music. It can be just this very inspiring time for those next several weeks. And finally, on Sunday, the moon will have shifted into fiery, independent Aries. And by late morning, early afternoon, Pacific time, the moon is in harmony with stabilizing Saturn. That moon Saturn, Sunday, could be you're getting all your ducks lined up, everything in order to prepare for the new work week. It certainly could be a very favorable day for business or just doing a lot of catching up on your work tasks or house cleaning since it's the end of the weekend. Before I sign off, I want to remind you I'm available for answering one question for a nominal fee. To order it, go on the homepage of astrologyanswers.com. At the top, you'll see a tab labeled Advisors. Click on Advisors, scroll down until you get to my name. I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you next week with my next segment. Until then, be safe and well.